once again here at LeMoyne College, and this is Dan Tortora. This is our first ever Dolphin Dive. You're going to see it every single month, student athletes, coaches, administration, giving you a true dive into who the LeMoyne College Dolphins are. And so my first ever conversation in Dolphin Dive, the inaugural Dolphin Dive here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and our Multimedia Marketing Partnership with LeMoyne College, comes with Bryant Perdomo, who knows me and I know him from 3 years ago, which is making us both feel old.
A little bit, right?
From CNS. And so I'm honored and privileged to be here on the soccer field, on Ted Grant Field at LeMoyne College, where the men's soccer team kicks off and finally, after almost 2 years, got to kick off and start the season in a very good footing. So, Brian, I'm happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. What's it like to be the inaugural Dolphin Dive? Historically, you will always be the first. So.
Being the first, actually, it's a pleasure and it's an honor. You know, me and you had a great connection when we met 3 years ago, and when I saw you here on campus again, I ran right to you, introduced myself again, and then, we kind of just clicked again.
So, I'm very happy to have you here. And that was one of the great moments, because I was walking with Bob Beretta, the director of athletics here, and we're coming across the field, and he's talking about the team, and he was like, oh, here's one of the guys, and like he was talking you up. Yeah. And then you're like, hey, Dan. It's like, it was definitely a small world and a beautiful thing of the fact of, the caliber of people that are here at LeMoyne. And so I thought it was a great example to be on campus for just a couple seconds and to see a familiar face from Central New York. So CNS to LeMoyne, what made you decide that this was the right place to be?
I think it just started with the community. How was it being a North Star? It was kind of like being a family. Yeah. A lot of people had it was like a sense of pride and devotion, and it's the same thing here at LeMoyne. Being a Dolphin, I think it was like a small campus, smaller than other campuses, and I think it was just a great transition. Same thing, pride and devotion, small family, small community, but also a big community. Like we said, I saw you right here, but. So I think that was the biggest thing,
So you decided to come here to LeMoyne, and a pandemic hits, nothing that we could have ever anticipated or expected. You spend over 600 days not being able to play. How did you navigate such a thing?
So actually what we did as a team, I know also the athletic department, they had a couple Zoom calls over the time span where weren't all together. Yeah. Just to keep us together. They did all the athletes for a couple Zoom meetings, just talked and got together, and then had a couple team meetings. Our coach got together and got the whole team together, got them on Zoom, just to keep us connected. When you're not together all the time, it's kind of tough, but I think they did a pretty good job, using Zoom to keep us together.
Yeah, and Zoom, something that a lot of us didn't even know about until it hit. How did you keep the family together of this men's soccer team at LeMoyne? How did you continue to build relationships and, in some cases with new players, create new relationships through a digital world?
I think that just goes hand in hand with also just being a Dolphin. I feel like everybody that comes here is always very personable and, likes to make friends and likes to make that connection. So I think with having Zoom and, we all reached out to each other, we all had each other's numbers, team group chats and stuff, I think there was a time where we were all just home for so long with our families, and as much as we love our family, you want to see your friends, and I think our team is just very, very close, and we have a really strong bond. So we were always reaching out to each other, making sure we were all right. And then obviously with new guys coming in, when we found out they were coming in, we try to reach out to them as soon as we can and just be like, hey, obviously it's a weird time, but when we get back on campus, hopefully we can see each other face to face. And it was just all about making connections and just keeping them connected.
You spoke about the fact that you chose this school because it's big enough, but it's small enough.
Yep.
Why did you think that this soccer team was the right place for you to continue your career?
I'd say Coach Bonus, he talked about the program that they have here, and, it drew me in. It's a very, very strong program. They take pride in what they do. Practices every day. We don't take a practice off. It's 100% every time, and that was kind of the same thing at CNS with our old coach. But I also knew, I want to say 2 or 3 of the guys just from locally, and obviously I reached out to them once I knew this might have been a place for me, and then they just had great things to say, and they said true.
How quickly did it take for you to take that dive and become a Dolphin?
I'd say pretty quick. There was a couple other schools in mind, but I don't know, just walking around campus and then running into some of the guys even on my little tour in the beginning over the summer just before. You know, I already ran into some of the soccer guys that are already on campus, and they're like, "Oh, hey, like, how's it going?" And it just felt right.
So for you, you get the opportunity, you get the offer, and did you have that offer before you came to campus, or did you come to campus and then they reached out to you?
I think it was kind of both. There was a mutual connection that the coach and I had, which was another soccer coach, and we were in conversation before, and then I guess after our meeting, the offer was there, and then it just, like I said, it felt right. It just falls into place, and you know, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and when it felt right, I just went with it. You know, kind of went with my gut.
That coming from Bryant Perdomo here in the inaugural Dolphin Dive that you'll only find on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora every single month in our Multimedia Marketing Partnership with LeMoyne College and these Dolphins. So for you, Bryant, to be in this community and grow up in this community and then be at CNS and come here, I know, and I want you to speak on this, the value of, you know, being a Central and Upstate New Yorker and knowing your roots and then coming back and building there. And for me, like, I went in different parts of the country and I came back.
Yes.
So to me, you know, to put my name on the door and build Dan Tortora Broadcast Media, it only felt right to do it in my hometown.
Yep.
It felt right for you to be here in your hometown, to be at college and continue your career. What does it mean to be a Central and Upstate New Yorker, and why is it so important to dig our roots deep here?
I think it's a great community. I mean, my family isn't from here, and then I think when I was around 5, 6 years old, I think we moved up to Central New York, and then been here since. And obviously, there was a reason why they chose this place. I guess it wasn't random for them.
Yeah.
And then from then, you know, I always were in good elementary schools, had a good time middle, junior high, like high school, and it was just always, it felt right, you know. It was like, when you find home, it's home. And then, roots are there, and then it was just easier, you know. You make your connections. It's a small community. It's a big community, but small. You see a lot of regular faces, and I just wanted to keep going here.
This field that we're standing on right now, as we're looking the long ways, the soccer field is huge.
Yes.
And I feel that people don't get that until they like stand on it as we're doing. And you look, and I coached soccer in Carbondale, Pennsylvania, and when I did that, I realized that not only do I have tremendous respect for soccer players in general, but the amount of miles that you run in a game. I mean, you think about outside mids and just like insane. What can you say about it? I mean, this is your home. You know the field. You've known the field for years. You know this field very well here at Ted Grant Field at LeMoyne. But what can you say to that? I mean, the conditioning and the sport itself, because I think it goes underrepresented just how much in shape you have to be just to even attempt to compete in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fit game. You got to be fit. But besides from the fitness, it's also mental, you know. You can only run so much, and sometimes you get tired and you're at the 75th minute or the 80th minute, and you have nothing left in your tank, and it just comes from, I guess, what you have, your mindset and your heart. Definitely is a running game, a lot of running. It's not too fun when you're at practice, you know, running at the end, but it's, you know, it's for a purpose, it makes sense, and and then when you have a good team with you, you know, you push each other, everybody pushes each other, and you push yourself, so we all strive to be fit and game ready.
Almost 2 years you're not on the field. You start your season for here in 2021. Not only do you start the season and finally get back on the field, but you start it at home and you win.
Yes.
Bring me into that moment of we're back, we're home for our first game, and you end the game with a victory.
It was an experience. It was actually, like, the atmosphere was great, you know, from just waking up that day knowing that we're finally playing again after the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
We get in the locker room, it was just great. Everyone's smiling, everyone's excited, we're all pumped, and then, you know, we get ready, and I just remember just, like, running down onto the field as we do. It was just, I don't know, I can't even explain it, actually. It was quite the experience. It was pretty exciting, and we were happy. And I think that's how we started so well and got the win. I mean, it's like, you never know what's going to happen. Like, it could be the last game, something could happen again.
Yeah.
So it was like, right now, I just kind of, like, you know, play the game as like it's always your last. So we definitely took advantage of being home and starting home, and we had a big crowd here too.
Yeah.
It was exciting, so it was definitely a great time.
They say live every moment like it's your last, live every day like it's your last. But these last 2 years really have put to us that that is a very true statement and not just a cliche thing. How do you live every day like it's your last?
I just try to enjoy myself and have fun, you know. Obviously every day isn't sunshines and rainbows, but when there's, you know, something bad happens, I kind of just, you get over it, you get over that little hump, because, yeah, I mean, you can't be down all the time. I try to always have a smile on my face, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't want to go to class today, I'm too tired. It's like, we were home. I was home. I commuted the last 2 semesters of being from here. I had the opportunity to do that, to stay in school. But yeah, just always try to stay excited, go into the classroom, be on the field, be with everybody, be with the team. So just trying to just being optimistic and just having a positive mindset.
What does it mean to you to be a LeMoyne College Dolphin?
To be a Dolphin is to be a part of a family, I would say, like at the athletic center here with all the athletes, it's definitely a family, but also with our students on campus, it's very, very small, very smart. It's great, everybody takes pride in what they do, that sense of devotion, like I said before. For us athletes, it's like we want to get everything done here on the field, but also our class is right over there, we want to get our work done. We gotta keep a high standard, and I think we do that pretty well.
The Dolphin Dive inaugural episode here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Here with LeMoyne College every single month. Their student athletes, administration, and coaches. Bryant Perdomo of the men's soccer team gets to join me first and start things off here for the Dolphin Dive. And it's now time to dive into rapid fire, which is something we've had at Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for many years. So, in the spirit of fairness, as I say all the time, I don't know any broadcaster or media member that ever hands the mic to the person they're interviewing and says, go ahead. But I've done it for years because we dare to be different. And so we're going to ask each other 2 questions. I'm going to let Brian start. Nothing's been prepared. And so you can literally ask me anything you want. What would you like to ask?
Oh, man. Let's see. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
What did I have for breakfast this morning? That's a great question. I love breakfast. I was rushing today, so what I had for breakfast, I'm not ashamed about, but I mean, obviously this is not really on the, pyramid of greatness. I had a jelly donut from Linkport Bakery, which is the greatest bakery in the world. So I'm not going to be mad about it, but I wanted to have some cereal. I'm a big cereal guy, and I ate through all of my cereal, and I have to go to the grocery store.
Gotcha.
So my first one for you is what you're wearing. I have to wrap my head around this. I know we're from Central and Upstate New York, but how can you wear a sweatshirt when it's almost 80 degrees outside?
Well, I woke up this morning and it was like 60s, like 65. So I try to stay comfy in class. And some of the classrooms there's some AC in there, so try to stay cool.
Okay. Yeah, I never got that. I never got the I see people in sweatshirts and I start sweating. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough. What's your last one?
I'm going to stay on the breakfast topic.
Okay.
You said you ran out of cereal. You're going to go to the store. What's the first one you're grabbing?
Oh, that's another good one. What's the first cereal that I'm grabbing? I would have to say the first cereal that I would pick, oh man, probably Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
I'd probably go with Lucky Charms because I'm a giant child. So I would have to say Lucky Charms or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. One of those 2.
Good choices, good options.
My second one for you is, let's stick with food.
Okay.
You can only have one meal for the rest of your life, every single day, and not get sick of it. What are you eating?
That's a tough question. Let's see. All right, I'll go with a little plate that my parents always make that I always loved. It was like a fried chicken cutlet.
Okay.
Refried beans, some white rice, and then some fried plantains. Love it.
All right.
Every day.
You said chicken cutlet, you said plantains. I was sold. That's all you need to hear. Anybody who makes a good chicken cutlet is worth it. So,
yes.
And plantains, anybody who knows what they are, they're the things that look like bananas, but they're not in your grocery store. And there's a certain way that you have to make them, and you have to treat them. I always like when I'm cooking, I'm like, you got to treat them like a lady, right?
Yes,
when you're
you do.
making your plantains, you got to be good to these plantains. So, thank you for watching this episode of Dolphin Dive. It's our inaugural one. You'll see every single month student athletes, administration, and coaches speak with me here exclusively in our Dolphin Dive broadcast inside of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, so that you get to know your Dolphins and you get to see truly what this community is bringing to you every single day in the classroom, on the field, and on the court. Bryant, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome.